Hey Dad,
Yeah, what's going on?
I want to get into nitro like hybrid RC.
Oh, well, that's a little tough, but I got you. So all you gotta do, get yourself some Taco Bell, get yourself some fuel line. Can't tell you till you're 21 on what that's for. And that's it. You're set. You can get into nitro.
Alright.
But you can't have these. You gotta buy your own.
Why?
Why? Because those are mine. So get out there, do some work, buy your own.
Hey Dad, I need some help.
What do you need help with?
I want to bash the RC car like RC car garage.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's easy. Duct tape, zippy ties, $5. That should do it. All right, welcome back. So today, finally got the Mojave out. Oh, 1% of battery life. Wow. This battery is running low. So I don't even know if we can get a speed test. Last time I tried to take this thing out, I charged up the pack, went to run it, and something happened. But all the parks are closed around here. Now it says 2%, still not enough. It's telling me to charge it. So I guess we gotta leave the GNS off. So I'm gonna run it anyway because these packs have been in here for a week. Can't remember what happened, but something broke. Oh, that's right. I had the pinion or something. So I ended up changing the spur. So now it doesn't pick up the wheels because it's just diffing out, which is good. I put that thin fluid spur gear in it, or not spur, diff, because the diff that was in it, I think I had earplugs in it or a million. It was real stiff. Way more stable now with the 50K or 100K, something like that. Full trigger. Way better. See, I could still wheelie, but I have to nail it on the punch. But I can actually get to full trigger. It's over 100 degrees right now. That's why the field's empty. Between that and the RC Guy Garage windshield, it does really, really good. I want to check the motor temp. Oh, not bad at all. It's got some sort of grass in here around my spur. Wow. I really got to get some inner fender liners for this thing to keep the junk off these spur gears. You see? Leaves, everything in here. Oh well, it's just gonna have to get eaten up. Regulator and Game Changer fans doing awesome. Try to hit this thing diagonal. See if I can catch full speed with enough braking. If I hit this diagonal without hitting those trees. Oh, I had to jam on the brakes. This field's definitely not big enough. This is on 8S with the Roaring Top packs that have been charged for about a week now. Yep, I have the perfect diff in here to do some speed runs. So stable with the thin fluid on keeping it down. Now, is it going to jumping? I don't think so. Definitely need a tighter differential, because I'm losing a lot of power keeping that front end down. See, this field looks a lot bigger, but it's not. All the big fields are closed off right now. Look how that suspension goes. I'm gonna try to get a shot over this curb full speed. It's pretty cool. I'll stand behind the tree so I don't hit myself. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Kind of like the UDR over these bumps. And still enough punch to get this thing up in the air. Do a burnout. I think the center diff, now I do hear people talking about these center diffs, and on bashers you want to lock them up, and I'm one of those guys. I've showed it a lot, throwing earplugs in them, especially on the 8S Mojave line. And I did it to my Creighton EXB. I put I think 1 million in the center diff, and when I ran the sledge, which I have out here today, when I ran the sledge, it showed that in the air it's like a wile E. coyote, even on the ground, that it just has too much too much punch, and I can't keep the front wheels down. Now Arrma sent them with some really thin fluid on the Mojave, and a lot of their other ones, it looks like grease in there. It's not even half full, it's like a quarter fluid in them, and that slips a ton. But when you fill them up with the proper fluid, like 100K, I want to say this is what the V2 infraction had, or the V1 infraction. And I just filled it up, I believe it's 100K. See how it keeps it down? I mean, I can wheelie when I want, but that's putting on 8S, it is on that center diff. That center diff is slipping a lot, and if you don't have fluid in it, it's just going to eat up those gears. And over time, even with thin fluid, it's going to eat up those diff gears. Same thing with front and rear differentials. I tend to run thin fluid so they don't go up on a wheel stand on one wheel. I really like the thinner fluids when it comes to the center diff, front diff, and rear diff, when it comes to a stadium truck style RC, just because it makes it more stable. Next thing I got to do is get a GPS in this. I really want to see. Last time we had it out, I was at 55 miles an hour once I did the windshield. I went back and rewatched the video. So it was at the long soccer field, and it was groomed pretty good. I was able to get 55 out of it, and then it would start just floating the front end with the windshield on it. Without the windshield, I could get about 47, 48. Right before 50, it would start floating the front end, and I couldn't keep it down. Now with this thin differential, it's kind of like trigger control. If I nail the trigger too hard, it's not going to come up at a wheel stand at 50 miles an hour. The only thing that's going to make it catch a wheel stand is air, and hopefully with the windshield installed and the back vents on the back windows of this thing, hopefully with all the air being released out of these, it's literally taking air in, coming out the back, but not coming through the windshield. When the windshield's open, it tends to get so much air it parasails. And I could still wheelie, I just got to slow down and really hit that punch. You see? Mojave's definitely a great stadium truck. Now I like the Mojave more than the UDR, and I've been told that the UDR assembly and detail is definitely better, but the durability of the Mojave and the speeds the Mojave I can get out of it, definitely a lot funner. I like the suspension, it travels a lot. I think I got the springs cranked all the way up. All right, so these battery packs, you can feel it getting low. It's not at LVC yet, but definitely low, especially sitting in the heat. And mind you, it's 100 degrees out here. And I'm braking and full triggering and braking, and it's diffing out. All I've been doing is speed passes back and forth on this grass. right, so the next time we have this thing out, I'm gonna go ahead, charge up the GNS, the analyzer, and we're gonna get it out and see how fast this thing will really go. Haven't had any issues with it. Last time I brought it out, did a rip, started to rip at this park in some dirt, and literally I thought I lost the pinion, but it turned out to be something else. It wasn't the pinion screw. It was something to do with I think the center diff, but I'll link that video in the description down below. Check it out, us repairing this thing after trying to rip it. I think we ended up changing the complete diff. It was something to do with the spur gear. Something was wrong with the spur gear, and rather than, or that's what it was the motor mount came loose. It was the old eBay motor mount, and the motor had backed off the center spur. So I put a factory motor mount back in it, and then I changed the center differential with a softer differential weight fluid. So there we go. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys on my next video. Get out there and do some RC. Thanks for watching. That's a lot of trash in there. Look at that. Look at that trash. That ESC fan is covered. Fans are just working like crazy. V1 fans still ripping. God, that's a lot of garbage in there. I'm gonna get these battery packs out of here and see if we can get some more of this dirt out. There we go. Get that thing charged up. Go ahead and run the sledge next.